Should Ruben Amorim be sacked as Manchester United manager? Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you could head over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, where I go through a full video where I discuss who should be the next Manchester United manager, as well as how they should be rebuilt. And if you enjoyed that video, it'd be great if you could subscribe or this video. So my opinion on the Ruben Amorim situation is I don't think it's worth sacking him now or sort of mid-season. Like I said, it goes to absolute shit, and then I think you bring in a replacement, and that could be just an interim. I think whoever comes in, and I would bring a manager in the season unless he does an absolute miracle and gets them into sort of top six. But I want to give them a whole season to sort of start with. I don't think it's worth bringing a manager mid-season and putting them under immediate pressure. Give him a summer to get used to the squad, and also bring in players that he feels that he needs to bring in. So the sort of manager I'm looking for is a very similar one to Klopp, a manager that I think can rebuild a football club, and that is what Jurgen Klopp has done with Liverpool. It's what he did with Dortmund. So those are the sort of managers I'm looking for, and I think a rebuilding manager. So one of the options is Oliver Glasner. He's not as much of a rebuilding manager, but what he is he suits the system that Manchester United have previously used, which is the Amorim one, and I think he can do it to a way better level. And I really do like this the idea of appointing a manager like Oliver Glasner. Where's the weaknesses? The system hasn't really worked at Manchester United, and he hasn't had a lot of experience with a top and a big club, and he hasn't had much sustained success or like for 11 or 12 year period. So I think that is a weakness. What could he bring though? He could allow you to sign a Wharton, a Gahey, a Munoz, sort of players that really could suit Manchester United, I think, and players that they need. But one of the better candidates, I think, could potentially be Eddie Howe. I'd probably put Glasner just above Howe. But Howe has completely rebuilt Newcastle, was saying, on not too much of a budget. I think what he's rebuilt Newcastle on, you'd think you'd get a lot more at Manchester United. So I really think this is a good candidate. He's a good defensive-minded manager, which I think is what's needed. So on that solid at the back, but is also decent going forward. But who I think the ideal candidate is Diego Simeone. This should be the next Manchester United manager, in my opinion. It's a bit of an out there take, I know, but Simeone is very defensively solid, but he's also rebuilt Atletico Madrid. And I think people have this sort of perspective of Simeone, that he's a very defensive-minded manager. I really don't think this is true. I think Simeone's more attacking than people give him credit. It's only in away games in Champions League where you really see him set up shop, and maybe that's what United need. And I think this is a great manager to get them back to where they need to be. Fans at the start might be against this, but I think after a couple of games, they'll understand how good of a manager Diego Simeone is, and this for me is the one manager that I feel like could actually succeed at United. Let me know your thoughts on Simeone as the manager, and if you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel.